Oh, the major championships. I mean, that's cliche, but it's what puts us in history in this sport. And for me, that Masters week was very special. I had a chance to win in 2014 and just fell just short to Bubba. And to go back this past season, feel like I was on my game going in, came off of 2 second-place finishes the weeks before, came into Augusta, which I feel suits my game very well, fortunately. And then to hold the lead, throughout mentally, just be there and be on my game is a huge confidence boost going forward, and really took me from being someone maybe a little bit, eyes opened in the biggest moments of our sport to, okay, I enjoy this. This is fun, feeling this kind of pressure, and I believe that I can close over other people in this kind of pressure, and that's a great feeling to have. And the U.S. Open validated that. Even with a stumble on the 17th, came back on the 18th, and obviously caught a break with Dustin, but those 2 weeks will always stand out to me. My tee to green stats, as far as strokes gained, tee to green stats, were very good my first year. Second year, they were still very good. Last year, they were all maintained. The difference where I made it up was in my putting and my short game around the greens. Last week, I had an off week with the putter. It happens. I had off weeks last year. At the end of a day where I'm not making anything, it really depends on what was off. If it was speed, I'm going to go to the practice green and I'm going to work speed. If it was, I just guessed wrong on all these, on these lines, I misread them, stroke's fine, I'll either go and just validate that my stroke's okay, or I'll just say, today was a wash. I'm going to go home, I'll either go hit a few balls or I'll just go back and come back the next day with as much confidence as I had the day before. I mean, when you feel like you can, you're making a lot of putts, you don't feel like you have to do as much when you're hitting your approach shot into the green. You feel like you can maybe take a bit of a safer route and you could still make birdie. That takes a lot of stress off every round, and every round means every tournament, and then through parts of the season, it led to more stress-free environment last year. I feel like I've got more leeway, more time, less pressure to play on the States. I'm going to play plenty of events this year on the PGA Tour, and I like at the end of the seasons and beginning of the year to try and explore different parts of the world. That's just what I like to do. Some people enjoy staying home, and I guess it's personal preference, but this was an event that we looked at back in the middle of last year and really committed to then. And I've been pretty excited about coming to Singapore considering since I committed and since the announcement was made, many of my colleagues have come up and told me, man, that's a great tournament. What a golf course, what a city. You don't hear that very often, and so it certainly built the excitement up.